Imagination is the single most useful tool that humankind possess. These were the lines spoken by the celebrated American author Ursula K. Guin. Do you agree with this line? Last week I attended a seminar where one of the speakers was talking about a child who was asked to draw the sketch of his mother on the occasion of Mother's Day. After the sketch was drawn by the child, the teacher came to the child and said, "Your mother has so much hair, I know, her hair is so beautiful. Then why have you not drawn the hair of your mother?" The child immediately flipped the page of his notebook and said that the hair is on the back side of the face, ma'am. That's why I have drawn it on the back side of the page. So the front side of the page is the face and the back side is the hair. That's the creativity level, the imagination level of a child that we as adults start losing as we grow up. But have you ever wondered why does this happen? Why as adults we start losing our creativity and imagination? We stop questioning everything and anything around us because we feel we are mature now. We feel that we have become part of the real world now and adulting has taken over. When we were kids, we didn't have to worry about our job, our expenses, our bills, and our creativity and imagination was free to flow. As adults, we get thin skin and we let criticism take over. We start thinking what others will think if we start imagining, if we start questioning everything around us. But once we stop creating, we start to lose magic and how to use it. But don't you think that creativity and imagination is very important, not just for scientists or for entrepreneurs, but for everyone around us? It's because of creativity and imagination that we have reached up to the moon, that we have space shuttles which have reached up to Mars, that we have companies such as Amazon, ChatGPT. It's because of human imagination that we have been able to invent the telephone, the aeroplane, and so much more. There's a very famous line on this subject that I really love, and that is, everything we see today was imagination until it became reality. To ignite our passion and make our dreams a reality, we must learn how to pretend, to play, and to be silly. These childlike qualities are the key to opening up your creative imagination and possibilities. In the very famous TED Talk given by Sir Ken Robinson, he said that humans are born with creativity, but we are educated out of it.
And we're now running national education systems where mistakes are the worst thing you can make. And the result is that we are educating people out of their creative capacities.
So it is a school system that asks us to follow proper structure, rules, norms, and when we follow that over years, we bring that into our practice and we forget our imagination and creativity. I'm not asking you to leave school, but I'm talking about 10 techniques through which you can spark your creativity and imagination as an adult. Hi everyone, I'm Shagun Agarwal, and the first technique that I'm going to share with you is think about what's possible instead of what's not possible. Once upon a time, there was a speaker who opened up his speech by asking all his attendees to raise their hand if they feel that they can draw well. Only 10% of the attendees raised their hand. But when the same question was asked to kindergarten children, 100% children raised their hands. That's the power of possibilities. As a child, we think anything and everything is possible, that we're capable of doing anything, achieving anything in life. But when we grow up, our own self-criticism and self-doubt starts capturing our minds. Pablo Picasso once said, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up." The next is the importance of reading. When we are reading, we are transported to a different world. Example, if you're reading the autobiography of Indra Nooyi, you will be transported to her childhood, to her college days, to her academic career, to her professional life. So that imagination gets sparked because you're transported to a different world, into someone else's world, and you start imagining how their life would be. You start adding your own creativity into their life. Similarly, if you start reading fiction, you start imagining their lives, which is a fictional story, but still that creativity is getting pumped up in your minds during that time. So the more you read, the more you imagine, and your ability to create things, invent things go up. So reading in one sentence ignites your imagination and creativity. The third is telling stories. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone's life is a unique story in itself. And when you tell stories, or when you listen stories, that is when your imagination starts flowing. Practice imagination and creative thinking by telling as many stories as possible. Be as descriptive as possible, talking about different characters, explaining their characteristics, their looks, their dressing styles, how they talk, how they walk, how the different situations are unfolding. Let yourself and your listener visualize what is going on. That is the beauty of reading. That's the beauty of telling stories, because that is when you start imagining things in your mind. Visualization is an important aspect of imagination. The next thing to understand is the importance of calming your mind through meditation and journaling. A well-rested mind has a high potential to learn new things and to come up with new creative ideas. I do practice a standard guided meditation every single day for 1 hour. If you want the audio, please do let me know in the comment section and I will reach out to you. The fifth is spending time with creative people. Synergize your energies by spending time with people who share the same interest as you. Brainstorm with them, plan with them, and simply talk to them to have the creative juice running into your mind. The next is don't be afraid to try new things. That way, you're always open to new opportunities and new learnings. Challenge yourself to experience new things, to get to talk to new people, approach strangers and talk about them. Enroll yourself in different new classes, explore different restaurants, try different new things in your city. The seventh and a very important one is observe. See, most of the time we are living our normal lives, doing normal chores, but we are not observing as much. So even if you're doing something which is very normal in your day-to-day life, observe people around you, observe things around you, observe situations around you. That way you're opening up the pores of your imagination. The next time you're walking through the city or doing regular work, rather than rushing to get from one place to another quickly, put on your observation hat and really look for what's going around you. Check out the people standing in front of you in a line at a grocery store, or when you go to a park. Pick out a leaf and check out its veins, its colors, its shades. The next is being curious. Be curious about things around you. Be curious about the weather. Be curious about people around you. Be curious about the situations. Be curious about nature. Instead of asking the why, ask the why not. The next and important one is spending time around nature. The next time you are around nature, take a nature walk with the sole purpose of connecting with nature and observing nature, observing flowers, stems, leaves, buds, its colors, the shades. You will be surprised to see how it ignites your imagination. And make sure that there are no people around you, no technology around you, nothing to disturb you, just a very ardent observer at that moment, just observing the beauties of nature. So there you are in this video, taking a look at various techniques through which you can have the imagination and creative juices running. And when you're an entrepreneur or a scientist, a researcher, a professional which relies more on creativity and idea generation, then it becomes more important to follow these techniques. But apart from that also, even if you're just a student, then also it's very important to have a creative mindset. So in this video, we learned why as adults we start losing our creativity and imagination spark, and how to regain that so you can implement that for the betterment of yourself and the society. Well, I hope you like these techniques that I shared with you. Please do share in the comment section what you think. And if you've tried any, please do let me know. Thank you so much.